Hal March had walked into the Harlan Club one night while he was on the $64,000, and they wanted him all over the country to make personal appearances. And he walked into Harlan, and I was sitting there with Jack Leonard and Philly Foster and Red Buttons and Philly Silvers. We were having something to eat, and March told us that the next day he had to go to Asbury Park to do a benefit for the Heart Fund. He says, I just hate to go alone. He says, Harry, would you like to go maybe, or Philly? And before you know it, everybody agreed to go to Asbury Park with March. We made up a certain time to meet, and the next day we met, only we couldn't get into one car, so we took two cars. We took the Garden State Parkway, and I was in the first car, March was in the second. When I came to the first toll booth, instead of giving the fellow a quarter, which it cost, I gave him a $50. And I said, that's for Hal March in the car and back. So when Hal pulled up, the guy in the booth says, how are you, Mr. March? Right through. Well, I came to the second booth, gave the guy a $50. I said, that's Mr. March from the '64, the celebrity. And as Hal came over with the quarter, he says, hold it, Mr. March. Right through. Go ahead. He went through again. Now, the third booth, instead of giving the guy a $50, I gave him a quarter. And when Hal hit the booth, he went right through. He drove about 3 miles. And a state trooper on a motorcycle near the booth, he jumped on, he went after him. He chased March for about 3 miles. He pulled him over to his side. He says, just a minute. He says, don't you pay in those booths? Who do you think you are? So Hal looked at him. He says, are you kidding? They all know me.